I would say that next time in everybody's house there will be a 3D printer. That will be like our handphone. I'm CK. So we share with you a little bit about 3D printing. In the old days, when we produce products at that time, we are using what we call a subtraction method. Like we do a CNC machine, we use metal. We have one whole piece of metal and we cut it to the shape that we like. We also have a casting method. Like when we are doing construction site, we cast the mold, and what happens, we pour concrete into it, and then we form the shape of the what we call this structure. So 3D printing is a bit different from the others, is that instead of subtraction or casting, we are using what we call addition method. So we print it layer by layer. So you see the 3D printer outside. What happens is that when we print at that time, we print from layers by layers. We are providing training courses on this 3D printing and 3D pen classes. We share with our participants how to use CAD drawing using Tinkercad to create objects using the 3D printer, and then at the same time we teach to how to use the 3D pen to draw out things that they create.
So let's power it on right now. So if you can just plug it in. If you look at the screen, it says PLA, right? Because that's the kind of plastic we'll be using today.
Yeah, it looks like a hot glue gun.
Yeah. It looks like a hot glue gun. Yes. Yeah. Except that the temperature, you can adjust it slightly. Yeah. But we will actually be using 200 degrees to 180 degrees today. So please be a little careful when you are touching the tip.
When we are working with 3D printing, some people find that it'll be easier. They want to create themselves. So what happens is that the 3D pen comes into place. It's not the 3D pen first from the 3D printer, but because of the 3D printing training, the 3D pen comes into place. And what is the origin of 3D printing is that it's introduced by Dr. Kodama in Japan. He started to file a patent, but the patent is incomplete. So it's in 1986, this Charles Chuck Howe, he filed his first virtual patent. And with that, he found a company called 3D System, which is still existing today.
It's still quite a new technology, right? I mean, it's...
Yeah, it's quite new. We call it exponential technology. But currently, we have not go through the point of explosion yet. So it's very difficult for people to realize how important it is. But as our kids who are going from the school and they know how to use the 3D printer, in 3 to 5 years time, you'll suddenly find that all the people will use 3D printing because their kids will be using the 3D printer just like the handphones.
Is that a case of the cost as well has to come down for everyone to be able to
I think the cost of 3D printer will drop consistently, and by the time you'll be like a handphone, will be very affordable.
But then what would you see people using it for? Say like I have one in my house, I can't, what would I use it?
So in times to come, what happens is that we don't buy things, we download things. I give you an example. Say I want the handphone cover. So you do a Google search, 3D handphone cover. Immediately in Google, you can find all the different types of handphone cover. You can download it and you can print out yourself.
So then there'll be a whole host of services that will be selling the designs online almost, so you can just download and then straight into your machine.
Yes. So in times to come, what will happen? People will just buy a 3D printer, they download whatever they want, then they do the modification using a very simple CAD software, and they print it out themselves. That is what we call mass production versus mass customization. So our world of mass production, whether it will exist or not, I don't know yet. But mass customization is coming. Because what happens is that you will find, currently you can also find 3D printed shoes, 3D printed clothes, 3D printed food. All these are in the pipeline already.
Wow. Okay.
So the whole world will change. I've been involved in 3D printing for about 1.5 years. We have an exclusive right to sell all these machines. At the same time, we also support these machines. We are one of the service center for the brand Fresh Flush. So if you have any 3D printer, which under the Fresh Rock brand, you can bring it back to us. We can help you to service it. Over here, you can compare the brand, the price, and we also have installment plan for you to buy the 3D printers. So we sell Ultimaker. This is from Holland. Another brand is called Soltrex. This one also from Netherlands, Soltrex. This Prusa is from Czechoslovakia. And we also have Fresh Forge, which is from China also.
Wow.
So Fresh Forge is the biggest, currently it should be the biggest 3D printer manufacturer in China.
So the materials, it obviously doesn't have to just be this kind of corn plastic.
Oh no. In fact, this is one type of material that we use. Why 3D printer can be so popular, because they are using this plastic. But it does not mean that you cannot use other plastic. You can use other grade of plastics. In the old days, these are what you call the open concept 3D printer. But the newer version of the 3D printer are all covered. So if they are not doing PLA material, you will not have the smell.
So with these machines, you have a computer program first to do the design, and then it just does it on that program.
Yeah. So this is a Tinkercad drawing. Can you draw something over here? You come out with a keychain holder. This CAD drawing, you can do in about 3 hours time. After you do the design, then you transfer it to what you call a slicing software. And each of the machine will have its own slicing software. A lot of people also have a misconception that they need to have a very complicated software. Those are for precision engineer.
See, it's not that hard to use, right? Once you
Yes. Definitely you can learn it. I also know how to use it. So if I can learn it, you definitely can learn it. So this is our 3D printer cover. And then original over here is empty. So the coffee powder will spill out. So what happens is that we do a measurement and we 3D print a piece over here. So the piece is like this.
Smart, yeah.
So we just need a very simple Tinkercad drawing. You can do it already. You don't need to do very complicated softwares.
Yeah.
So as I say, as you can think about it, you can draw it out, you can print it out.